Are you tired of almost hitting your take profit before finally losing the trade? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can walk away with a little bit of profit even though you lost. Welcome to today's video. If you're new here, my name is John Fraser and this is Supermarket FX. Here we talk about ways to simplify your trading and free you from the belief that trading can't be done. A 2-week challenge account. And you can see that I haven't had much time for it, but today I want to show you an example of a trade that I took that didn't work out and I was still profitable from it. So how was that possible? So when you're looking at this, there's different ways to do this. And lots of times people will just set their stop loss and take profit and leave it alone. And that may work for some people depending on what type of strategy that you're doing. Now, I often talk about on this channel moving your stop loss to break even or half break even and taking partials along the way. And doing that, it gives you an opportunity to collect some profits from a trade that didn't work well. So what you see here is the candles playing out, and my target, I believe, was, I was actually looking at a 4-hour low. I was expecting, when I originally got in on the trade, I talked about it on a previous video, that I was expecting it to at least go down to an area on the 4-hour chart. I've seen some previous structure and it wasn't far from it, and I thought, okay, this is a good likely spot where it's trying to head to. It doesn't mean that it will, but that's, I was trying to create some type of bias, and that seemed like the most logical place for it to go. So once I knew that, I was looking for a place to get in on the trade, and I seen an area where I thought price would retrace to, which was just a void between a few candles on the 15-minute time frame. And when price came into that area, I had an alert set. It notified me. I looked at the chart, and then I was watching for some type of entry pattern, usually some type of exhaustion, and or a bullish engulfing pattern. So I seen a pattern that I was happy with getting in on the trade with, and when I did that, I just had to play it out, and you can see that it is getting close to my take profit. Now, I wasn't spending all the time sitting at this trade. If I was babysitting it a little bit more, I would have managed it slightly different. But you could see where my target was, and I decided afterwards, after it came close to my target, I actually moved my take profit up just a little bit more, but it still didn't help me at that point. Now, what you can see is price is bouncing around a bit, because you can see price always goes up and down. You really don't know where price is going to go to. I'm not sure about yourself, but I've been tired of taking trades where they almost work out, and then they come back and stop you out. So even though your analysis was correct, it didn't quite reach your take profit, and then you end up going in drawdown because of it. So a simple solution to that was to find a way to manage it properly. And the best way to do that is move your stop loss to break even and take partials along the way. And that way you leave with a little something, and all of those trades end up adding up in the long run. Even though your win rate won't be that great, you're still going to be profitable. Now there's going to be times where you do this, and I think this one was an example of that. If you take a look back on the charts and see this one, you'll see where it didn't reach it. It came back up and stopped me out because I moved my stop loss to break even, and then it went back, and then it went right through my target. So I would have hit take profit if I didn't move my stop loss to break even, but that was just one example of that. Now you have to be comfortable with the way that you're planning to do this. So I'm happy and comfortable with moving my stop loss to break even. I'm okay if it comes up and stops me out. Now you could see at this point here, price came awfully close to hitting my take profit. Now what I did is you could see that I moved it up a little bit, but it didn't make a difference. It didn't come back the way that I was hoping. At that point, when you see that the last bearish candle with the wick on it almost reaching the take profit, the close of that candle, that would have been a good indication to just get out of the trade. But I wanted to show you as an example on how this would play out. So you can see that now it's aggressively pushing in another direction and not likely coming back. So yeah, like I said, at this point you could have closed the trade down at that point back there, but now I'm waiting to see if price is going to retrace a bit and then go back and hit my target. It was awfully close to my target on the 4 hour, so I wasn't expecting it to. I thought maybe it's reached as far as it wants to go, and now it's going to choose the other direction. So price continues. But you could see there, that was when I decided to move my stop loss to break even. And you know, like you could say when it gets to a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 or a 1-to-3, but there really doesn't need to be a specific point on your chart where you have to do this. You don't have to take partials when it reaches halfway. So at this point, I decided to take partials, and I believe it was about 25%. I don't use a calculator. I just roughly divide it by 4 in my head. That's it. And if it's off by a bit, that's okay. It does not have to be exact. So at that point, I've secured some profits. And my stop loss, because my stop loss is at break even, and I closed part of the trade down. So now if it fails, and hits my stop loss, it doesn't matter. So it would be nice if it did reach take profit, and oftentimes it will, but there's going to be times where it's going to come up and hit your stop loss. But if you do it like this, then there's no loss. This was a successful trade if that's what happens. And you can see that it's almost come up to touch it, and more than likely would keep going. It's reaching for an area to travel to, and you can see more structure to the left that it may try to push above. Now you're going to see that this trade is going to get stopped out, and even though it did, I was still profitable of $237.48 on the account. So a losing trade still gave a profit of over a couple $100.